Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited is one of the best enhancement projects ever. Since its first release in 2019, the fan remaster of Sonic 3 and Knuckles created by Eukaryote brought a whole host of new options to the classic, including widescreen, customization options, the ability to mod the ever-living hell out of it, and honestly at this point it could probably make toast.
Well, I guess we're not quite there yet.
But even though we've had 3Air for 6 years now to show what's possible with the classic Sonic titles, and it paving the way for projects such as Sonic 1 Forever and Sonic 2 Absolute, did 3 and K receive any love before then? Sonic 1 and 2, of course, had the 2013 Christian Whitehead remasters, and even Sonic CD got the same treatment from him earlier than that in 2011. But nothing similar happened for the locked-on behemoth of 1994. Was Sonic Mega Collection really the best way? Or perhaps the Sonic Classic Collection on the DS? Maybe the Mega Drive and Genesis Classics on Steam? Or is it really straight off the Genesis itself? This is Sonic 3 Complete, a ROM hack led by project director Tiddles that serves as the answer to what is Sonic 3. While the common answer may be Sonic 3 and Knuckles, locking the two games together changes a few things about the Sonic 3 portion, like music, item box behavior, and other small things that for some stop it from being the truly definitive package. The first iteration of the hack debuted in 2009, but it's the final 2013 release where 3 Complete truly shines. On boot up, the player has the option to choose between playing the game itself or jumping into Sonic 3 or Sonic & Knuckles as standalone games, or Blue Sphere if you like pain. There is a 5th selection though that's almost as important as the game itself, the options menu, a list that contains what was at the time a plethora of customization options for music and gameplay. Yeah, this was considered a lot. Many things we're so used to seeing in the classic games nowadays were just newly budding options at the time. One of those being the ability to activate Super with multiple buttons, something that's been in the hack since its first release in 2009, and one that wouldn't be officially integrated into a classic style game until Sonic Mania in 2017. The final version comes with the option to cancel the Super form as well, using the same multi-button system. It's great. Sonic having the choice between the Insta-Shield and Super Peel Out is new here as well, along with the Tails Assist 2013 mechanics being brought over from the 1 and 2 remasters. There's even a nice quality of life that if Sonic has the Fire Shield, activating the Tails Assist by holding up on the controller and pressing A keeps Sonic still rather than doing a Fire Dash, a feature 3Air doesn't even have at base. It actually turns out that 3Air has this feature. I'm usually just mashing the buttons too fast to notice it though. Look, I tried. Carnival Night, Ice Cap, and Launch Base can also have their music changed per zone to the prototype tracks seen in the DS Classic Collection or Sonic Origins. And the Super theme can be toggled as well between the music from the handheld ports, fast level music as if you were using the speed shoes, or the original setting of the invincibility theme. It's a shame that there's no normal level music option, but I can give it a pass. There's even more to switch around too, so it's really worth combing through these options and trying out everything. Some are even exclusive to patching the ROM with a third-party website to change things like Sonic and Tails' sprites to their 1 and 2 counterparts. And, if for whatever reason you wanted to, you can play Sonic 3 standalone or Sonic and Knuckles with all of these customization options as well. With so much, at least at the time, to choose from, I wanted to start with the default settings the game comes boxed with for Sonic's playthrough, then change some things around for Tails' playthrough.
Hello there!
Oh, hey Bick.
Mind if I join in with you on this?
Sure, where do you want to start?
Well, one of the biggest changes to the playthrough is moving the location of Flying Battery to follow Carnival Night instead of Mushroom Hill. It even gets a nighttime background to maintain continuity with the previous zone. And when you beat it, the snowboard you ride down into Ice Cap is a piece of the airship. Little did we know the opening to SA2 was a callback to something we never saw.
But it's not just the big changes either. One of the smallest details I love about this hack is each zone getting its own symbol on the title card. In the original, they just all shared Angel Island's palm tree, but now there's a unique flair on something you see so many times throughout the game. It didn't have to be done, but it was.
You can even enable the original zone title Mushroom Valley instead of Mushroom Hill. I don't know why that was changed, but I guess that was a hill worth dying on. There was a bomb strapped to my chest. If I don't make a joke, it will go off. Supersonic also comes with a new sprite set, so rather than having an identity crisis when landing on a spinning object or staring upward, Supersonic's looks remain
It's a lot of S's.
Yeah. Supersonic's looks remain consistent across all animations.
One feature from the classics that sadly carries over to here is roll lock. For the youngins, back in the dinosaur times, if Sonic were to roll and then jump, he wouldn't be able to influence his position in the air as if he were some sort of vampire hunter. This is one of the stupidest, most annoying features of the classics. Why specifically a roll jump? Sonic can influence himself in the air normally in other states. It's so goddamn annoying when I do one and then accidentally jump and get sent off into a stupid pit or into spikes. Why was this a decision put into these games?
Whoa, Stelmo! You know that performing the Insta-Shield or setting the gameplay to max control in the settings removes roll lock, right?
Shit.
There's also an option for a casual gameplay mode, which can be turned on to remove damage altogether, with a counter in the bottom left for how many enemies you defeat and how many hits you take throughout your playthrough.
The original Sonic 3 had some different level design from what you'd see in the complete version, like this devious spring getting replaced with an extra life. You can taste the regret in that decision. Naturally, you're able to select which layouts you want for the playthrough, as well as the easy and normal modes from Sonic Jam that also modify the levels. Sonic 3 really did walk so Final Horizon could run.
In some ways, the normal and easy mode can actually be more annoying for veterans of this game, as at minimum they change just enough about the levels to mess with muscle memory. Easy mode in particular only sends you through one of the 2 acts of each zone, with only the Chaos Emeralds obtainable. I haven't actively had to grab big rings on Carnival Night or Ice Cap in a long time, and special stages don't speed up on lower difficulties either, also making them harder for me with how many times I've done them regularly. Gotta go fast and all that. Cheeky of them to remove the Barrel of Doom in these modes though. They really took that critique to heart.
The Gumball bonus stage has a progress bar to show how close you are to getting a continue, instead of the random surprise that I forget is even a thing. I know none of you care about that, but I really wanted to share this.
Knuckles' Sonic and Knuckles intro cutscene has been moved from Mushroom Hill to Angel Island as well, but I gotta give 3Air the points here for creating new level design to have a nicer looking cutscene over just slapping it at the normal starting point of Act 1. The brown background just doesn't look great for how long it's in the shot. It's still cool to have it at the beginning of a Knuckles playthrough though. And hey, Tails even has a short intro cutscene now too. How nice.
And of course, the original final boss of Sonic 3 Big Arm has been re-enabled to appear after the normal fight, with Tails hanging back and letting you go it alone.
What a bastard.
Which is great, because it always stood out as an intense encounter. That's the grip of a man with nothing to lose.
Anyway, above all, the single coolest part of this hack is that Sonic 3 Complete runs perfectly on original hardware. You can check out Red Hot Sonic's video on the topic to watch it in action. It's kinda wild to see. And while it may not be a huge plus by today's standards, that's not something you can do with Angel Island Revisited. The legacy of Sonic 3 Complete is still felt, as almost every feature we've discussed has, in some way, shape, or form, made its way into Sonic 3 Air either natively or as a mod. The hack was a starting point for what would eventually become a tidal wave of enhancement mods and projects for the classic games, all of which have insane customization and their own mods associated with them. But there will always be something about the simplicity of 3 Complete that makes it special. A few tweaks here, a changed sprite there, less than 20 options with many changes that can't be turned off. It's a little project whose DNA can be seen injected into the Sonic games of today. For the history alone, I think it's worth giving a look for any Sonic fan. Thanks to Tiddles and all those who worked on 3 Complete for making such a fun remaster of one of the best Sonic games. Shout out to the Stelmo crew who subscribe on Twitch for supporting what I do. It means the world as always. And a huge thank you to my friend BigYuriBox12 for joining me on this little adventure. It was both our first time writing a video with another person, so let us know in the comments if you liked it. And last but not least, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.